Pilates for periods. So two things that actually go very well together, believe it or not. Firstly, you breathe very deeply into all the positions, and that breath is going to help you relax. Now that's something that we don't do very well, especially around this time of the month. So we keep breathing very deeply, relax all the muscles. The second thing is it's going to give you a sense of control. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel pretty crazy this time of the month. My emotions are all over the place. 1 minute I'm crying, the next minute I'm angry. I get flustered over any situation very simply. So if we can control the body and all of the muscles, we can start to control what's going on up there as well. And finally, it's going to give you some exercise. And I know that's something that we really don't want to do right now. This is a pretty good way to do it. And we're going to get all the same benefits. We're going to release the endorphins, move the body, feel freer. And that's really going to help us feel better. So with that in mind, let's crack on. So let's start just by lying down on our backs and knees are bent, arms down by the sides. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And again. Now keep that going and just think about breathing into the abdominals, really allowing your rib cage to expand up and out and collapse back in as you exhale. You can put your hands on your ribs to actually feel this moving. And this might be the first time in the day, week, or month that you're actually allowing your body, your breath to go into this area rather than doing the shallow breathing in the chest. So let's inhale again and exhale. Now keep that breathing going and just start to move the pelvis back and forward. Just trying to get some mobilization in that area that's probably pretty sensitive right now. Just keep that movement going. And on your next exhale, let's just stop in the imprint position. So with your lower back lightly pressed into the floor. Now let's think about switching on all of those abdominals. So you're trying to put on a pair of skinny jeans, zip them up, pull up that pelvic floor, really start to engage through those deeper abdominals, pulling down the ribs as if they're sliding away from the bottom of your bra. Let's breathe here. Well, let's rock back the other way and let's find a position in between those two extremes. So you've got a small gap under your lower back there. Your pubic bone is level to the ceiling, so if you had a glass of water on there, it wouldn't be spilling. And this is our neutral spine position, the most shock absorbing position for our spine. So let's inhale here and exhale. Okay, now we're going to come onto the cat pose. So I just want you to roll onto your side and come up onto all fours, just like this. And then start by hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and just start by thinking about pulling the tailbone down towards the ground, tilting up that pelvis, pulling up through the abdominals, and articulating through the spine until your head is the last thing to come down, looking towards your thighs. Keep that abdominal connection. Inhale here, and exhale, start to go back the other way. So let the pelvis release, articulate through the spine, and come into a slight extension, looking ahead of your hands. Don't drop into the lumbar spine, so we don't want to see an arch here like you might do in some yoga poses, but you're really pushing through, broadening through the chest and feeling that connection with the abdominals. And let's go again. Head's the last thing to come. Inhale and exhale, just release back. Should feel really nice to articulate your spine in this way. And again. And let's just go one more time, just for the crack. Haley wants to come in, but she just can't right now. Okay, now what we'll do is just go back to the floor, sit on your bum, hold on to the back of one of your legs, and we just roll down nice and gently to the floor. Okay, knees bent, and we're just going to mobilize those shoulder joints. Again, another area we carry a lot of tension. So let's inhale, arms to the ceiling. Exhale, arms come over the head, all the way around and down. Let's go again. Inhale up, exhale all the way round, out to the sides and down. Now as you come up and overhead, think about not letting the ribs or the back pop off the floor, so keep that control through the abdominals, keep the ribs pulling down. One more time this way. And let's just go back the other way. So all the way around and up and down. Remember to keep that abdominal connection, but the spine is staying in neutral here. Okay, and we will just go one more time. Lovely. Okay, now let's come into the ab prep. So we stay in this position on the floor. Let's inhale deeply. Exhale, lift the head, neck and shoulders off the floor. Reach the hands parallel to the floor and feel like you're sliding your ribs towards your hip bones here. So you're not popping off the floor, your spine stays in neutral. Reach forward, look towards your knees. Inhale and then exhale, relax back down. Let's go again. Exhale. Inhale, hold. Exhale, release back down. Each time just feel like that connection is getting slightly deeper. And again. Breathe deeply into your abdominals, remember. Now this time we're just going to come up and hold. Engage with abdominals and just pump the arms. So we're going into 100 variation here. So inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that going. 4, 5, and the shoulders are relaxed, the arms are reaching long, keep those abdominals engaged. 2 rounds. Last time, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax back. Down. Okay, now hold on to the back of your leg again and just use it to help pull you up. And we sit on our sitting bones, feel them there, and we are going to go into the half roll back. So we just extend our arms out in front of us, parallel to our shoulders, palms down, and let's roll over our knees and imagining that we're still drawing in through those abdominals, and imagine we have a little bit of a ball between the thighs and the stomach, and we're rolling over that, looking down. So let's inhale, exhale, keep that position of your spine as you tip over those sitting bones and roll towards the mat. Keep the spine position exactly the same, and then we come back the other way. Now only go down as far as you can, keep your feet on the mat. So we don't want to see this happening. They need to stay down, and if you can only go here, that's fine. As long as you're feeling a nice connection here, you should be working you pretty tough in your abdominals there. But it's good, as I said, to use those muscles, breathe into them, help them relax. Keep the shoulders down. And again. One more time. Good, okay, now let's go into the one leg circle. So I'm going to face this way so you can see what my legs are doing. So we just lie down on the back, spine is in neutral, one leg is extended along the floor, one leg goes up to the ceiling. What we're looking for here is stability in the pelvis. So we take the leg across the middle, all the way around and up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You're going to have to work the abdominals crazy hard here to stabilize that pelvis. One more time in this direction. Now let's swap. So we go out first, all the way around and up. And you're mobilizing through your hip joint as you do this. That should feel really nice to actually get in there, but you are also working all of your stabilizing muscles, but also you're working your hip flexors here. Okay, let's just bend that knee, put that leg down, and extend the other leg up. Now, if this is too challenging, you can always bend the knee, or you can use the flex band just around the leg to give you some additional support. One more time. Let's switch the direction, so let's go out, all the way around and up. I like to hold my hip bones just so I can feel how stable I am. I know this side I'm a little bit less stable. Good, okay, and bend that knee and down. And we're gonna move on to the spine twist, and I'm gonna turn to face this way. So we sit upright, spine's in neutral. You may need to sit on a little bit of a block if that's uncomfortable. You can bend your knees or sit on a chair. And we extend the arms out in front of us, not completely back, that's actually quite uncomfortable, so just slightly forward. And we rotate the upper body around, so inhale, exhale. I'm thinking length here. You get taller every time you come back through. That height is coming from the waist, not from the shoulders, so your shoulders shouldn't get higher. And on each exhale, you're just reaching slightly deeper into that position. Should feel really nice, mobilization and rotation of the spine, something that we don't get to do very often. Good, and just relax down there. Okay, now we will come on to the shoulder bridge. So we're back in the position on the mat, lying down on our backs, feet and legs are hip width apart. And we're going to inhale, exhale, lift the hips towards the ceiling, creating one nice long diagonal line between our knees and our shoulders. Inhale at the top, exhale, come back down. Let's go again. Lift and down. Keep that abdominal connection, that's going to help keep you stable. Lift, down. So you should be feeling this in your glutes. Depending on how often you do this, depends on when it starts to kick in, but it will always kick in. Now this time let's go up, hold it, and let's pulse towards the ceiling. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release back down. Take a breath. Let's come up again. And this time I want you to transfer all the way over to your right leg and just hover your left foot off the floor. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through those glutes. Lower it back down. Transfer your weight to the left side and hover your right foot off the floor. Squeeze, 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 and back down. It should feel really hard. Inhale, exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep that pelvis level. And one more time. And back down and drop all the way back to the mat. Good. Now let's just do 10 more pulses just to give ourselves a little bit of challenge. Come on, girls. Exhale, lift to the ceiling. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release back down. Good. Now we're going to do the rollover prep, which is just going to help the blood flow in a different direction. I mean the blood in your legs, but you know, also the other one. So it's pretty gross. So I'm going to inhale and exhale. I'm just going to lift the abdomen off the ground. So you're going like a reverse crunch, but with a lot of control here. So we inhale, exhale, lift the knees and the legs towards the head. And again. Swap the feet and cross them in a different direction. going to aim to hold it for a second or two at the top. That shows you you're in control. Last time. And release back down. Okay, good. Now let's just come onto a spine stretch forward. You deserve a little break after all that. So just sitting up onto your sitting bones. Legs are slightly wider than your shoulders. And we're just going to take a deep breath in. And exhale, just roll down, starting with your head, coming all the way through your spine. Walk your hands forward. But imagine you have a ball under your stomach here, so you're bending over that ball. You want to really create a nice stretch down here through the spine. That should feel really nice. And let's just come up again. Inhale at the top. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, come back up. Just go one more time. Lovely. Okay, now let's move on to some swimming prep. So we come onto all fours, and what we're going to do here is, so first of all, switch on those abdominals, feel nice and stable because we're going to challenge it now. So we're going to lift one arm off of the ground and at the same time lift that opposite leg, reaching away, and let's lower that back down. Exhale, the other arm, the other leg. Your stabilizing muscles are really having to work here to keep your pelvis neutral and not rocking from one side to the other. Squeeze through the glutes, come back down, and again. And the other side. One more time on this side. Back down. This time let's come up and let's hold and let's pulse the back leg. So pulse, pulse, keep switching on through those abdominals. 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. Let's swap to the other side. And let's pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. And just come into a shell stretch here. So just sit back on your heels, arms go out in front of you, but you still are pulling in through those abdominals, creating that nice flexion in your spine there. Now, the next exercise is challenging, but it should be a bit of fun, and I think we all need a bit of fun this time of the month. So what you're going to do is sit up on those sitting bones again that we did earlier. Bring your legs up into tabletop, and then open your knees. Then you're going to reach one hand through and hold on to the ankle, and the other arm through and hold on to the other ankle. Feet are together. And you're going to use your lumbar spine first to initiate a roll back. So we come back, we clap the 2, 3, come forward and clap 1, 2, 3. So the challenge is really in the control and not to use too much momentum. But you should have a little bit of fun doing this, especially when it's your first time. Feels pretty good just to be rolling around. Just go one more time. And again. Good. Now we'll just finish with a nice side bend. So we just sit on the side of our hip there. Both legs are bent. Your one foot is in front of the other, so imagine your ankles are kind of crossed over each other. Arm is out slightly in front of the shoulder. And we're going to take an inhale. Our upper arm is placed on the knee. Take an inhale. And exhale, you're going to push up, keeping the shin of the lower leg on the floor. Really draw in through those abdominals, like you're trying to bend over a huge beach ball. And all the way back down. Now if you can move your legs a little bit further away and go into the full position. So the shin comes off the ground. And exhale, push up. You squeeze through the glutes to keep straight. You want to imagine you're between 2 panes of glass here. And come all the way back down. And we just go one more time on the side. Exhale. Turn that down. Let's just swap to the other side. So we inhale, prepare. Exhale. Inhale down. Ready? Let's go. Really squeeze the glutes, squeeze through the abdominals. Let's come back down. Think of the power you've got to be able to do this today. Let's come down. Okay, and then we'll just end back on our backs again. Just lie here and just take a deep breath in. And think about what you've just done, how you've accomplished something. I'm lying here looking at the really blue sky today. Now it's still cold, but we've had about 4 days, maybe longer, of just rain, pure rain. I don't think I even left the house. And I kind of think this is similar to what we go through at this time of the month. It's horrible, it can feel dark and gloomy, but there's blue sky on the horizon. So just take this with you, this feeling, you're in control, you've got this, and blue sky is coming.